Welcome back, everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML elements. And right now, we'll be discussing about dotted table borders. With the dotted table borders, so let's see what we can do with it. With the border style property, you can set the appearance of the border. The following values are allowed. So with this border style property, you can specify this property: the dotted border, dashed border, solid, double, groove, ridge, insert, offset, none, ed, and so on. So let us see how we can use these properties. These properties value are the one we want to use right now. So quickly, let's get back to our document. This is where we stop in our previous tutorial. You can check our previous tutorial on how we got this, and also here is how our document looks. So here we said we planned this, we developed this one in our previous tutorial. So when we click this, it takes us to another page. Okay, as you can see it. So let me now use something. So what are we going to use now is that we want to use we want to use different types of borders, which is dotted, dash, solid, and so on. So let's just start by using the dotted first, so we can see how it looks. But the thing we are using here, notice one thing here: our border style property. We are going to be using border style property. So let us use the border style property. So here inside our table, let us use the border style property. Border style, that is border style we want to use. Instead of using solid, we want to use dotted. Let's save our document. You will see that these green lines will turn to dotted. Can you see? It's turned to dotted borders. So now let's get back to our document. But when you notice something here, this solid is here and the dotted is here. Why is it that it showed the dotted and the solid has already been there? So the reason why is that the code reads from the top to down. So anything that is at the bottom will read last. So now let's say for instance, now we have this our border that we style up here. We have it at the bottom of this dotted border. We have it at the bottom here. Let's save our document and see how it looks. You will see that this one will not turn to, it will turn to solid. Now can you see? It's turned to solid. So it's because our code read from the top to down. So now let's bring it back to the normal way. So now let's remove. Now we want to use, we have already used the dotted, so there's no need for us to use the solid again. So when you save your document will bring dotted. And when we want to use solid again, we can come back here and use the solid. Let's say solid. When you use the solid, you are going to see your document will look solid. You can see. So now again, what can we do again with this border style? Don't forget, in our previous tutorial we discussed something about what coming, but wait, let's continue first so you can see what I'm going to say. See, let's copy this now. Let's say we want to style this th and td border. So let's remove the solid here and use the border style property. Border style, can you see? So let's say we want to use groove. Let's see how grooves looks. Let's reload our document. Can you see? Let me bring it up. Can you see how it looks? Let it bring it back. For us to see how the border looks very well, we can increase the border size. Like, let's give this 10%. Give this also. Let's give that one only. Can you see? Can you see how the groove looks? So when we change it to another, let's choose another border style. Let's use ridge. So let's use ridge. So now here, let's use ridge. Let's save our document and come back here and reload. Can you see how the ridge looked? They all look like 3D something. So let's choose another one again. Let's use insert. let's use insert. Inserts. Let's see how it looks also. Reload. Can you see how the insert looks? And we can use outset also. Outset. When we use outset, you will see how it looks. Can you see how the outset also looks? So to see how the border looks, I will advise you to increase the size of the border to at least 10% and zoom it so you can be able to see how the border looks if you like it to your taste. So when we use the dotted and dash also, when we use the dashed, let's use the dashed so you can see how the dashed looks. Dashed. Can you see how the dash looked? See how it looks. So the dash is different from the dotted. So let's decrease the size to at least 7 first. Let's see how it looks. Can you see how it looks? So let's now use dotted so you can see the difference between the dash and the dotted. When we use the dotted, you will see how it looks. Can you see the dotted? See how it looks also. So that is the scope behind it. So I wish you are getting the point here now. We have used different style. As you can see, we use table. We can use it on the table, and we can use it on the what? On the table header and the table data. So we can use it on the cells and the table, the main table. So we can use it different ways we want. So that is what I want to show you. And in our previous tutorial, I discussed something about something here. Let me show you. We discussed about something. We discussed about border collapse. In our previous tutorial, we discussed about border collapse. So let me show you what border collapse did. When you use border collapse here, border collapse. When you use border collapse here, you will see all the border will not show again. All the border will disappear. Can you see? Oh, sorry, all the radius will not show again. See, the radius disappears. The radius that we specify disappears. But when we let's use groove here so you can see what I'm talking about. The radius disappears. Can you see? No any radius at the border here, and the border self looks scanty. It looks somehow. So when you use, let's say, let's now say you don't use the border collapse. Let's remove it and delete and reload our document. You will see our document. You see our document looks normal the way it's supposed to look. But let's say this one here now, you know that the one inside here is having radius. So the table, the th and our td both are having radius. So the radius there, we don't want the radius. That's when we can use the border collapse again. Let's say we use it will not affect the table one. Let's see. Can you see? Can you see? It's not affecting what? It's not affecting the table. Can you see? Can you see? When you put border collapse there, can you see? It's not affecting it. That's what I wanted to show you guys. But when you use it, let's say here now we use border collapse inside this one now. You see, it's not affecting the table one. But when you use this border collapse inside your table here, it will affect the system. Can you see the border collapse? Everything removed. So the only way you can use the border collapse, let's say when you want to collapse something, you can use it inside here if you know. But it's not really useful here again, because in our previous tutorial we discussed when we need this border collapse. We don't really need it like that. So I purposely show you this so you can be able to understand the benefit of using it outside of the table. So anything you want to specify, you can come to your table here, you can use it inside your table here, do whatever you want to do, and your table is going to look normal and decent. So let's reload our document. You see our document is still looking neat and the same. So and when we click this, can you see it took us to somewhere? It took us to somewhere. In our previous tutorial, we discussed about all this, how we did this in deep sense. So we are just talking about the border style, solid, the border style property here right now. I hope you understand it now. Inside this border style property, you can specify any type of border property value. You can see, we specify solid here, we specify groove here, so you can use it anyhow you want, and you can specify the radius as much as you want. If you can have 5 radius, you can have, let's say you have 10 radius here. Say for instance, you will see how it will look. Can you see the radius, the way it looks? And if we use border collapse inside this one, it will not affect it. Let's see if it will affect it or it will not have a border collapse. So when we use border collapse here, if it's affected or it will not affect it, let's see how it will look. Can you see? It doesn't affect it. Can you see? It's not affecting it. But I will advise you guys that you should not use border because you don't really need it here. When you need it is when you are creating something, and I've discussed that in our previous tutorial. You can check our previous tutorial on it. So you can do anyhow you want with this now. As you can see, it's neat. It's neat. It is neat. So that's how it goes. Let's meet in our next tutorial. And what akorede ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye. To the next.